Now, in the middle of telling this story and figuring out how slavery works, and I tell you, it is slavery. It's not a state-sanctioned certificate, but people are abducted or sold or deceived into a situation of which they cannot escape, and they are forced to work without compensation. It's another form of economic slavery. In the midst of this, what I didn't expect, what I didn't figure on, was meeting Harriet Tubman, meeting William Wilberforce, meeting Frederick Douglass in the 21st century. Individuals that I had never heard about. In Thailand, Kru Nam, this artist who was just going on the streets to help kids who were homeless on the streets. She put an empty canvas and have them paint their story. And as they're painting these horrific kind of images of what they've gone through at the age of 9 or 10, she'd say, "Where did you get these nightmares? Where do they come from?" And the kids would tell, "We're not from Thailand. Some were from Burma, some were from Cambodia, some were from Vietnam, some were from Laos." And they were being bought and sold on the borders by parents who were in desperate economic conditions, or they were abducted as they were sent out to just get some kind of sale of some gum or some other kind of item for the day. They'd be abducted, they'd be taken down to Chiang Mai or to Bangkok, and they'd be sold as young boys for perverse pleasures. Kru Nam was incensed. Kru Nam said, "I have to do something about this." So she started to go into these karaoke clubs, into these brothels, and nothing sophisticated. She'd just walk in, grab 3, whoever was sitting around, and walk out. Unbelievable woman. And then she'd go to the next one, the next night, and she'd grab 3 or 4 more. She started to get all these kids. Of course, the word started spreading among the owners of these brothels that this young wacko woman was walking into their clubs and taking their possessions. So Kru Nam had to come up with an alternative, another strategy. And so she started to then go down to where young kids came in from the buses or where they might have arrived from different countryside spots. And then she grabbed them before the police could get them and then sell them to the brothel owners. Then she went further upstream and she went on the border where Laos meets Cambodia meets Thailand, the Golden Triangle, and she got a piece of land, a property where she today is living in tents with 75 young boys and girls. What struck me, as heroic as Kru Nam was, she was alone. She didn't know any other groups. She had no funding to build houses, but she was acting out of a sense of passion, out of a sense of compassion to save those who were in slavery.